Aloha, beautiful souls and dear treasured friends. I have been so eager to touch in with you all. I'm sorry for the weird noises. I am in the bathtub right now, full disclosure. I have been stationed at a high octane new position, training and training and training. So I have been guided to establish myself more in the physical in the local community. And part of that has been, well, what on earth am I to do, right? That supports my light body, the aligned community, all the things, right? So for the past 6 weeks, I have been training to be a bus driver in the local school district. And it is absolutely thrilling and also grueling. So I have so many videos in my heart to share of my process to assist those with various stages of grounding in their new earth timelines here. And I wanted to come in, I was guided to come in right now with this beautiful solar logos, solar fire energy, the lion heart energy. And I want to invite you, while you listen to this share, to tune in to your heart flame, to your sacred heart. What lights you up right now? Sunflowers, sunlight on the water, the candle flame flickering, right? Because we're in a beautiful, beautiful solar logos celebration today called Lughnasadh. And whether you're Celtic or not, this is a beautiful celebration of embodiment of solar logos and assessing where we are right now on the path, and also seasonally, the most beautiful time to celebrate the energy of harvest. So my deepest heartfelt wish, my prayer for you all, is that you are reaping the benefits, the rewards of your harvest right now, because we are in fall, preparing from kind of a solar calendar perspective for autumn and winter in the Northern Hemisphere, right? So Lughnasadh is all about celebrating the solar energy and the harvest that we have reaped thus far in this year. And I invite you to reflect thus far in this year of 2026. Here we are, August energy coming in, right? We've got the Lionsgate, the Syrian, Lyran, or Lyran energy is present here. For me personally, the Syrian Lyran energy comes through in mid-July. And see perhaps if you're starting to feel it now, right? We're also in the eclipse portal. Let's see, the first eclipse coming here of the next bookends, right? Because they always come in twos, is August 12th. So it's a beautiful time to pause, reflect, give deep, heartfelt gratitude, thanks, appreciation, veneration for yourself and how far you have come and what has shifted for you this year, right? And the Lughnasadh energy is a celebration of the harvest. So there's definitely that solar component, breaking bread with your loved ones. The rituals of baking. I baked a beautiful loaf today. Honey oat, sesame seed, soda bread. Did some rituals with fire and prayer, celebrating the harvest and what is to come. What are the intentions and the goals for the rest of the year? So I invite you to write down, do a ritual if you like that kind of thing. Write it on some bay leaves and burn them. What are you calling in for the rest of 2026? Where do you want to go next? And making sure to pay attention, give energy, love, nurturing, growth to your financial abundance, your physical health and well-being, your spiritual, psychic, energetic health and well-being, right? And whatever it is that you would like to foster creatively, right? Knowing that when we call in, when we set intentions for what is next, okay, cool, I got to this level. Thank you. Yes, please, more universe. Thank you so much, right? that as we're calling in, we're also committed, right? There's the devotion to do our part so that we can meet 50-50 with our universe. Because when we are willing to take the action, the universe will meet us there, right? And then we have the full capacity of operation and the divine design, the grand design architecture flowing in. So, for instance, if your focus is on health and improving your energy, your physical energy and vitality, well, make your dietary shifts. Make sure you're getting your walk in every day or almost every day if possible. Slow down, right? Bring in the presence. It starts with what you feed your body and feed your mind and your soul and your heart. So there's just such a beautiful opportunity here for a path opening, a road opening intentionally with committing to your devotion. So instead of motivation, I like to say devotion. Instead of discipline, I like to say inspiration, right? And you can flip-flop those. My brain is flip-flopping those. I apologize. So instead of discipline, devotion. Instead of motivation, inspiration. So that while we may find ourselves grinding with all the roles that we have to show up for, we are definitely also showing up for ourselves, maintaining that hierarchy of right relationship of you and your higher power or source, God, universe, nature, higher self, whatever you want to call it, the expanded higher consciousness aspect of you, your soul's consciousness and awareness, and then everything after that, right? So it's been challenging for me because I've been wanting to come in. I love YouTube. I love doing longer form content that really resonates with me, honestly, over the parameters and what I feel to be very confining and constricting and like controlling on, like, let's say Instagram, you know. So I've been neglecting my accounts on one level. On the other level, I am diving in, fully devoted and committed for this bus driver position because it requires full presence and awareness. I'm going to be in charge of transitioning souls. You know, and I look at that as the seeds of the future with children, right? To and fro their destination. So it has required that devotion, that focus. So what I've been doing and what my day-to-day has been looking like as a light being is showing up, collaborating with my colleagues, learning, applying, and then self-care. You know, and I've got a pretty strict regimen in here of self-care. So going to bed at a good time, the walks, the presence, good nutrition. I'm very grateful I was able to get a juicer. I'm eagerly waiting for it to be delivered. Some more living food. You know, looking at the investment through nutrition and supplements in me and my energy and my light body as an immediate trickle-down effect to then the students, the children that I will be servicing, because they deserve my best energy, right? My highest frequency. And then the universe steps in to support through the financial means to be able to make that investment in our health and in our energy. So I was just guided to come in, cheerlead you, say, you fucking got this. And just to a gentle reminder with love to prioritize your energy, right? Your frequency is number one. And also very important to remember that our human aspect, our human ego aspect, the one that bitches and complains and finds fault with everything, that's its job. It's never going to be happy. So when you can supersede that input and say, oh, thanks for your opinion, peanut gallery, take a hike, take a back seat, right? And let your soul, the light within, guide you. So I have made radical shifts to my lifestyle, right? And the ego would say, oh my God, my whole life revolves around this job and it's the matrix, da da da. We need to really analyze here. What is the matrix at this point? Because if we're showing up, we're serving, Yes, we still have capitalism. Yes, we still have fiat currency. But if the intention is bringing forth our highest frequency, it's not 3D, right? We're kind of infiltrating the systems with our energy as we are called, wherever we are directed to be. So for me personally, I have been called very hard into the locus here, into where I live, right? So I show up 2 days a month at a local boutique where I offer my quantum oracle sessions and intuitive guidance and evolutionary astrology, right? So I see clients there in the physical, and now showing up to support the youth and children. And it's very exciting to me because I absolutely adore children and the youth. And I have a soft spot for the youth that are perhaps fringe, that are perhaps, we would define as quote unquote difficult, because I was that youth, right? I had a very challenging childhood. So I have I don't know, special knack, I guess you could say, for connecting with kids that are having a rough time. So that's part of one of my callings that came forth. Like, oh my goodness, right? So you may find that you're having a calling in the local area where you are in the community. Uranus being in Gemini now is revolutionizing our interaction with our local community. And same with Pluto and Aquarius. It is shifting our relationships to others. So the invitation is, if you have not yet, explore something completely different, something you've never fucking done before. Because when I left the old paradigm, like I've shared here, left the matrix job that was exploitative, was 3D in the way that it treated people and the clientele that came in, it was all very heavy energy, right? Left the old relationship, also heavy energy. And it took months of internal navigation. What haven't I tried yet? I have tried fucking everything, right? I have tried so many industries, haven't fit into any of them. What have I not tried yet, And I was open, I was flexible, I was totally humbled, right? Brought down to my knees. Okay, what is the next chapter? And I set my parameter. Okay, I need to be sitting more. I can't be running around for 9 hours, 8 hours a day. Like, that just doesn't work for me at this point, I want to be around energy that is pure or high vibe or open, not this heavy, fuddy-duddy, Debbie Downer, drudgery, addict shit, So I started to look at, well, what would work? And I defined those qualities. And in time, my universe said, you notice that banner there asking for bus drivers. And I was like, oh my God. I emailed, I got a response the next morning. I applied the same day. I got an interview 2 days later. And I've been on course ever since. And I'm celebrating that the other day I just passed my permit for being a commercial driver. I also love driving and traveling. I love variety. I love being a tour guide to people. I love kind of that archetype of like crossing, the river Styx energy, right? Being a guide and assisting others to navigate. So how funny that the universe for me provided this opportunity of transition and traveling, which I offer in my work, right? The quantum work for the New Earth paradigm for adults with all of my work. And now here's another local layer to offer that same kind of energy, almost like undercover archangel energy to the youth here in the community as a bus driver. Really interesting. So if you have not, I invite you to get really clear on what you would love, what qualities you would love that you could definitely commit to, and then see what guidance comes through for your next role. And this applies, I suppose, to those of us who are being told we have new roles to fulfill at this time. If you want to participate in the wonderful energies of Lughnasadh, light a candle, bake some bread, reflect on the seeds that you are harvesting now at this phase of this a linear year. Focus on gratitude for what has come, what you've learned, what you've gained. And really it's about you think about, feel into the energy of sunflowers and flickering candle flames and Solaria, the solar energy, the divine will within you, the spark within you in your heart. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back as soon as I can. I've got so much to share about new earth roles, kind of like what I shared a little bit here, and many pieces of the journey as I'm going through it. And I will post them as soon as I can. And just inviting you to celebrate and to invite the Lyran Lions to be with you, to enjoy the Lionsgate, to enjoy your own lion heart energy here in the beautiful energy of August, and to continue on. May the light within you guide you forward. I am still doing readings and sessions, all of that. So my evolutionary astrology right now, with the nodes changing signs, Saturn going retrograde, Uranus now in Gemini, my astrology readings have been busy. And if you are interested in learning more about that and how to apply these cheat codes to your own reality, I'm here for it. And also guidance in general. And just know that those who I am engaging with on social media, you have 50% off for these one-to-ones. As opposed to some rando that comes to my website, they pay $333. For you guys, it's $165 because we have a relationship. So I'm just wishing you a beautiful August. My intention is to, get things settled. I've got the permit. Now I have to study for the license itself, right? Then the school year begins. Then I ideally get a route. So there's still quite a few pieces here for me to kind of get a flow. So I'm finding my footing with regards to being able to show up consistently, because that is my heart's desire. And I've had to devote every spare moment to rebuilding my light, getting used to very early schedules and learning how to drive a bus with, 36 feet, 26,000 pounds. It's like, oh my gosh, right? And doing all of this as a light being and learning a whole new way of learning. So I have a video that I'm going to put out about that, learning when you have a quantum holographic mind. It's a very different process than linearly. And it's interesting and weird and fun. And so I'm just sending you all my love. And I'll see you soon. Aloha. Thanks for tuning in with me.